Greetings, thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to do a little mini workout because I am getting questions about how do I properly warm up before I exercise. So we're going to answer that today. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm also a Health Esteem coach. And what we're going to focus on is actually going through a very similar warm-up that I do almost every single day. I am a morning exerciser. If you are a morning exerciser, it is really imperative that you warm up properly. You've been laying flat all night, and so you don't have gravity on you while you're sleeping. To get up out of bed and just go full force right into a workout, your body's not prepared for that. It's a good way to increase your risk of injury. So what I recommend is a quick warm-up. This could be as quick as 5 minutes, or it could be as long as 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be super lengthy, but you do need to target some muscles to get the body flowing. This same type of workout isn't just for people who are working out in the morning either. If you live a sedentary work style, meaning you're at a computer a lot, you're not doing a lot of physical labor or lifting or not moving around a lot, whether that's sitting or standing, I definitely recommend that you do a warm-up before you exercise after work or in the evening, because you're in a little bit of a similar situation where you're not moving a ton. It's not quite like the morning exerciser because you probably don't do your work laying down, but even still, if you are in a spot, whether standing or sitting at a computer, you want to prepare your body to move. So let's go through a little bit of a workout. Feel free to put on some tunes, maybe get a little midday movement going on. If you're watching this in the morning, go ahead and do this as your workout or warm up before your workout. If you're doing this after work, go ahead and do this little mini warm up as well. Just a little disclaimer here, I am not diagnosing or treating any injuries with this. If you are going to participate in this workout as a warm up, then you are taking full responsibility for knowing your own health and fitness level. So if you need to modify, that's okay as well. If you want to just watch it and see what I do, then you can determine which aspects might work for you based on your current level of fitness. So let's go ahead and get started. What I like to do is just start by doing a little bit of hugs and opening up the chest wall. I also incorporate my feet with this. So when I come back, I go up on my toes. When I give myself a hug, I bring my toes up. So it's a heel raise, open up. It's a toe raise, give myself a hug. And we're just gonna do 10 of those. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just so you know, even though this is a warm-up, you should start to get your heart rate going a little bit. Now, after I do those hugs and chest openers, I like to do a little bit of a jumping jack. I am not a jumper, so I modify my jumping jacks and do a step out. You're more than welcome to do a light jumping jack with this. Doesn't have to be super intense, but if you're like me and I like more of a low-key warm-up without a bunch of jumping or a high impact here in the warm-up, then you can do a step out like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The combination of putting upper body and lower body together really starts to pump that blood flow a little bit, and you will notice that I'm getting out of breath a little bit, and I've just started. The next thing I like to do is do a dynamic warm-up for my legs. So this is great for runners and for field or court sport athletes where you might be running. It's really good for everybody because you're putting muscles on a stretch in a dynamic way, and you're not holding them for a long period of time, which you would do, and it would be more appropriate to do like 20, 30-second stretches after a workout. But in the beginning of a workout, you don't want to do a lot of low load, prolonged stretching. So quick stretching on the muscles just to kind of get blood flow going to it is fine. You can hold on to something. And I'm just going to do a leg kick, forward and back. We do 10 on each leg. I think this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you might be more flexible than me. You might not be as flexible as me. But go at a height that is comfortable for you. Then I tend to turn around and use the same support for the other side. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then make sure, like, when you stop your leg that you kind of let it swing to a stop, that you don't stop it abruptly. We're going to do some side swings now. So here I just hold on in front, and I'm going to take my leg out, 3, 4, and I'm kind of rotating on my other hip. That's the standing leg. I think that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might have done an extra one there. And then the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, got the legs swinging, got the hips opened up a little bit. Now I'm going to do a little bit of trunk rotation just because I want to create a little bit more mobility in my spine so that I'm not twisting or kind of abruptly working my spine when I go to do my workout. Whether it's cardio, whether it is strength training with resistance, weights or bands, doesn't matter. I like to keep my spine nice and mobile. So I sit in a chair and I cross, by having my hands across, I'm going to be working more of my lower back. So I'm going to rotate and I do 10 to each side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to change the cross of my arms. You don't have to do that. It's just more comfortable for me. And we go the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I've worked the lower back a little bit, kind of lower thoracic or lower mid-back to lumbar, low back area. Now I'm going to take both my hands. One hand is going to face me, so the palm is facing me. The other one, the palm is facing out. I like to hook my hands together, keep them at chest level. The side that the palm is facing me, I like to pull that way. Now I'm working more mid-back and thoracic rotation. This gets neglected a lot, and if you don't have really good mid-back or thoracic rotation, you can get neck pain and headaches from that. So if you have a tendency to get headaches and tightness all up in the neck, it might be because you don't have very good rotation in your mid-back thoracic region. So again, palm facing you, palm facing away from you, hook your hands together, chest level. The palm that is facing you will dictate which direction you rotate. So this palm is facing me, so I'm going to rotate this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a good idea to count out loud, because if you count out loud, you're exhaling and you're making sure that you breathe so that you don't hold your breath during your exercises. Now we switch our hands. So now this hand, the palm is facing me, and this hand, the palm is facing away. So this hand, because it's the palm facing me, I'm going to pull that way. 1, sensor through my spine. And I'm going to finish up my warm-up with some punches. This is going to work my entire spine as well as my arms, my hips, and my legs. So I start with the shoulder level punch. When we punch forward, but we pull back. So it's kind of a punch and pull. It's kind of like martial arts where you've got two people coming at you. So you're going to get the person in the front and then you're going to elbow the person in the back. That's how I want you to think about that, because I want you to engage your muscles and your abdominals when you're warming up, because those muscles are going to be worked in your normal workout. So let's go ahead and do 10, 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm rotating my hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a whole body movement. You're creating a straight line from your hip down to your foot, and you're lifting that heel off the floor. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of people will ask me, should I follow my hand with my eyes or should I face forward on a fixed point? You can do either way. Just know that if your head is fixed, meaning you punch this way with your head stationary, you are getting a lot more rotation this way at your neck than if you follow your hand with your eyes. So if you have some neck issues or that is a little bit too aggressive for you, you can modify that by following your hand with your eyes for any of these punches. Let's take the second round of punches. This time, you're going to punch up. So remember, it's a punch and a pull. You're going to follow your hand with your eyes if you want less aggressive movement, or you can keep your head fixed. I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you're going to do the other side. Make sure you're getting your hips and your feet involved with this. You're going to hurt your back if you keep locked down to the floor. We don't want that. We're warming up. We want to move things. So let's get moving on the second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we've got one more round of punches, and this is usually how I end my little mini warm-up. Heart rate is going, a little out of breath. That is exactly what you want. If you are not out of breath, and if you are not starting to get a little sweaty, then you are not warming up intensely enough. Last one, this is going to dictate how much you are able to squat. So if you have trouble with the squat, don't reach down or punch down as far. It's still a punch and a pull, but you might only go to the kneecap with this. Okay, that's fine. Stay in a range of motion that is good for you. If you can go all the way down to the foot or find a range that's in between, that is fine. Always work within your fitness level. I actually have no idea what number I'm on right now. We're going to call that 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we do the same thing on the other side. So this one, my feet are a little bit more planted because I am doing a squat, but you want to keep it loose so I'm not like so rigid into the ground. And if you can lift your heel up, that is great. You'll get a little more range of motion. Do what feels good for you. Don't force any type of movement. So we come down, and if you wanted to lift the heel up a little bit, you get more of a knee bend, and you can keep your feet stationary. You'll definitely feel that more in your glutes. And 2 more, 9, 10, if I count it right. On those lower ones, I might not have counted right because I was talking, but if you count out loud and do 10 reps each on those punch pulls, you're gonna have a good warm up. I'm a little bit warmed up right now. Doesn't take very long. So just to recap, we went through a whole body warm up. We did chest openers with with a heel raise and a hug with a toe raise. We did a step out, kind of jumping jack. We did seated rotation for the low back. We did seated rotation for the mid back. And then we did a series of 3 punches at shoulder level, at a high level, and then at a low level. So I just kind of recap that a little bit. This is a great warm up for you. I actually forgot, we did some leg swings too. This is a great warm up. It doesn't take very long. You can take bits and pieces of that depending on your time frame, or you can go through the whole thing and either do 5 reps, 10 reps, 15 reps, whatever might feel best for you, but always stay within your fitness level. I hope that this has brought you some value. I hope that it encourages you to get moving, get your heart rate going up, and I wish you the best when you do your workout next. Thanks a lot.